If you are struggling with your housekeeping, I want you to know that you are in the right place. And I have the perfect method just for you as the lady of the house. It's called the Lady of the House method. And really it's tailored, or it's tailorable to any lady of the house, no matter the season of life she's in, no matter the square footage of home she is taking care of. So today, with it being Friday, we have the focus of living spaces. So within the living spaces, this could be your living room, it could be your formal dining room, it could be even your kitchen nook area. Although I do like to put the kitchen nook in with the kitchen personally, because that needs that kind of attention. But if you choose to do some deep cleaning in that space as well, by all means today, just really living spaces, the den, the library, anything extra where you are living life. And these are pretty much community spaces within the home. So today I am going to be focusing on our family room in here, because this is the space that gets the most use. And I really like it being on Friday, because it's usually on the weekends that we tend to have the most company when we host people. And I really like it to get the kind of attention that it needs right before the weekend. So to me, Friday is the perfect day. But I don't want you to get so caught up on the days that I have for these different things, because it can really be tailored to you and your needs. If the kitchen is better cleaned on Friday, then by all means switch things around. But the whole point of the Lady of the House method is that you are revisiting these spaces every single week, and putting them on a specific day helps you to remember what area to cover, what area to clean on that specific day. And because we're doing these in bite-sized pieces, it never feels like that big of a job. Now, mind you, there will be different tasks, because a lot of these things that we are doing, they are deep cleaning tasks, things that maybe you would focus on only once a year or springtime, or maybe you want to do them more than once a year, but this would be the time that you would do it. And then there are going to be some tasks that maybe take a little bit more time than other tasks. If you need to clean out the fireplace, for instance, or if you need to clean the fan, or things like that, which, by the way, now I'm thinking I should have cleaned my fan. That would have been good to do, but not today. I'll get back to that next week. So I decided to do some dusting and just a portion of the baseboard. I didn't do the whole entire room today. I just focused on the window area, and I pulled the shears back, and I did some dusting right there at the bottom and then on the windowsill. And then I thought, I'm already here, I might as well just wipe down those baseboards. So you see, just doing little tasks like that, it makes the biggest difference, just to know that you've done it. And then next week you might find some other task to do. And it just constantly is changing, especially based off of where you're at, how frequently these spaces are being used, things along those lines. So because we recently had company in the formal dining room area, I already deep cleaned that space. I mean, not that you're only to deep clean when you have company, but I will tell you, having company really does put us into gear in some ways, doesn't it? It makes us see things that maybe we wouldn't normally have seen. And not only that, but when everybody leaves, especially if I have a large crowd in that space, I like to vacuum it again, because crumbs may have fallen, it's on carpet. Those are the kind of things that I like to do. Now, I did speak about floors and errands in last week's video when it came to floors and errands for Thursday, but this is an example of how I still utilize this day for living spaces to focus on floors and boards, for instance. Because this space is where our dogs hang out, they are just running in and out of the house. This is also the area that just gets the most traffic, I would say. It does need a lot more attention than just doing the floors maybe once a week. So doing them again on the day that I would be focusing on living spaces makes sense for me, especially in my season of life right now. And it may be completely different for you, especially if you are the only one within your home, for example. Your spaces may not need as much attention as someone's space who has a large family with a lot of people going in and out of the house. And I also want to make a little side note here about taking your shoes off when you come into the home. So we have a no shoes policy within our home, especially for our family. And when we have guests, I've just come to accept that some might wear their shoes, some might figure that they should probably take them off because we have white carpet, but it's not a hard rule that I enforce when we have guests come over. It's just one of those things that I feel that I just don't want to enforce for guests, you know, but for my own family, yes, definitely, especially with coming in every single day. I don't really want, you know, shoes that have a lot of dirt on them to be trekking through the white carpet. So that is kind of where I'm at when it comes to the no shoes policy. And the same holds true when we move to the other house. We are going to not have shoes in the house, but what I do like about the new house is that there are hard floors in the common areas. So when we do have guests, it's not one of those things I'm like, ooh, please, please take your shoes off. It will be fine. Now, we do have a rug in the family room area, but anyway, we don't need to get into all of that. So just focus on one or two things on come Friday. Now, we do talk about laundry, right? And I've already shared about laundering a load. So today would be the linens. So for example, if I wanted to refresh this right here, the pillowcases, this would be a great day to just go through my home, get all of those throw pillows, especially the ones where I can actually remove the sham. I can remove the cover, and I could wash that. I could wash all of the fabric napkins, all of the tablecloths that I may have used, as well as all of the hand towels that I used within the kitchen, maybe even in the guest bathroom. It could be time to refresh that as well. So those are different things that you might want to consider, but this is the day that I have dedicated to laundering linens, and really it's for those extra linens throughout the home. And sometimes if you have drapes or shears, this would be a good day to gather those up too. If it's time, if you feel that they're kind of dusty, they could use some attention, this would be a great day to do that. So it's not like you're doing all of those things every single week. It's just once in a while when you feel that it needs to be done. So I really hope that this portion of it helps you to see that it's very manageable, especially if you have multiple rooms that are considered living spaces, to maybe just focus on one week, another one another week, and so on. Or if you have very few living spaces, maybe it's something that you just do all at once that day. But just know if you have multiple rooms, because I did receive this question, that when she was thinking about all of the rooms that she had a total of 10, yet there were only 7 days within a week. But really I only have 6 days a week that we are tackling the different spaces of the home. But this is how you get to those extra spaces. This is when you could also clean the office if you have a home office, or if you have a library, or you have a sunroom, or different spaces like that. I just want you to know that Friday is dedicated to the living spaces.
Each week, as the lady of the house, you have the freedom to decide which living space needs your attention most. Maybe this week it's the dog bedding and dusting the fans, and next week it's wiping down the baseboards in another room. The beauty of this rhythm is that you don't have to do it all at once. By alternating your focus, one task at a time, you're steadily keeping your home cared for. Think of it this way: a little something each week adds up to a lasting impact. Over the course of a year, every space, every detail receives the care it deserves, and your home becomes a place of peace, order, and beauty.
Welcome to Inspired by Nikki. On today's episode, Playing with Lady.